QUIGG and Cassius for IFL TV. Yeah, I ain't cutting that out either. I ain't cutting that out.
Don't, because people think that we've got a good relationship all of a sudden, do you know what I mean?
No.
People go to me, Anthony Joshua, it doesn't look like he gets on with his promoter and his team. That's because he's so serious. No, when he's fight mode, he's so serious, it's all for show. Right? But he's so serious, like when you're in the ring, you're like... But people don't see the other side of you. People only see the... I'd just like to say best of luck to all individuals here on the show. I'm just...
stay hungry, stay humble.
Exactly. And then you watch him over there, he's going, I'm going to knock everything.
Cut that out as well.
Listen, we've got great news because we've got someone with a big personality that hasn't been shown. That personality hasn't been shown yet.
100%.
And one day, when it comes out, everyone's going to love it.
The nearest glimpse you're getting of Anthony Joshua's personality is on IFL TV.
Sure.
Agreed?
100%.
Agreed?
What do you think about his personality?
No,
it doesn't matter what you think, jabroni.
You don't handshake mean nothing to you. Get your ass out of here.
Alright,
see you later, mate.
I'll catch you later.
This is going to squash all the room, isn't it? You're happy. You are actually happy. QUIGG and Cassius, Eddie Hearn. Well, announced today, CROLLA versus Murray. This fight it's been on your mind for a while, but as a result of what happened on Saturday in Glasgow, made it possible.
It's helped a lot. I mean, I told you, I think I said in one of our earlier interviews, or even the Q&As, domestic fights, big domestic fights, is where I want to be at. I want to make all the big domestic fights. And CROLLA Murray is one. Obviously, in Manchester, it's a massive fight. But domestically, I think it's just a great fight anyway. Two very talented lightweights in a wonderful division. And I feel as I've gone into BBC mode. I've gone into sort of QC,
What, like you were on Sky Sports yesterday?
Yeah, so otherwise, what I'm trying to say is they're going to knock 7 kettles of shit out of each other, and it's going to be an absolute barn burner for the city of Manchester. One Man United supporter, one Man City supporter. Joe Gallagher clearly doesn't like John Murray. John Murray clearly doesn't like Joe Gallagher. So it's going to be a great build-up, and it's going to be an absolute fucking steamer.
This fight you've got on slightly is going to overshadow the actual world title fight that's on the bill, but it's not anyone's fault. But I think it will on the night.
When you've got a big domestic fight like that, sometimes that can happen. Obviously, Quigg's in a really tough fight against CERMENO. He's the mandatory challenger. He had a really close fight with Marino, who's a great fighter. He beat Christian Mahares twice, who's fighting Leo Santa Cruz. He's actually his mandatory this Saturday. He drew with Salinas. It's by far Quigg's toughest fight yet, and it's a really good fight, and probably the last for Quigg before we step up and take those unification fights.
You mentioned some potential opponents for Anthony Joshua on this bill. Who would it likely to be?
I don't know. I was thinking on the way out. I was going through some guys who've been in prize fight. Maybe bring an American over for this one.
What about Kevin Johnson?
Too early? I think it might be a little bit early for Kevin Johnson. He's very experienced, very durable as well. But he could definitely give him some rounds. He's got potential in a couple of fights' time. Skelton, Sprott's, I think, going into that tournament. Sexton. But I want to get quite a big British fight for him. Obviously not Chisora Fury. For Froch Groves card, I think I'd like to make that a domestic fight. So what happens.
Tom Little's been banging on the door as well. So potential opponents.
I don't think so.
Also on this bill, Josh Warrington will defend his Commonwealth title. What sort of opponent? You mentioned a couple of opponents.
Yeah, Rendell Monroe, I think, is potentially an opponent for him. Also, Martin Lindsay. Josh is a really good young fighter. We saw him beat Samir Mamoon on their November card in Hull. He's got a big fan base in Leeds. So he'll be in a big fight. Obviously, Luke Campbell, MBE, hopefully have his first title fight on April the 19th. Jamie McDonnell, got some huge plans for him, made a big offer to Stuart Hall to fight Jamie McDonnell actually on the Froch Groves card.
Obviously recently.
Yeah, so hopefully that's a fight that can be made, another great domestic fight. We're in talks with quite a few governing bodies about Jamie and got some big news brewing on him. Jose Burton is on the card here as well. Tyler Goodyon will fight Tyrone Nurse for the English light welterweight title as well. So it's another stacked card.
Why make an offer to Stuart Hall before he's fought Martin Ward?
Well, I presume he's going to beat Martin Ward. If he doesn't, then he ain't world champion and the offer don't stand. So it's...
Okay. Would you make an offer to Martin Ward to fight?
If he wins the fight. Yeah.
Okay. I forgot where I was going. So obviously the hysteria from yesterday.
Yeah, it was a great day yesterday, being down at Wembley. It's a great day for boxing. I don't want to sound cheesy or anything, but when boxing gets that kind of attention, it's just great news. And the country's going mad for this fight. And I can't wait for tickets to go on sale next Monday. Can't wait for next Monday because that's the first press conference, the first time they'll come head to head since the last fight. So I'm gutted you won't be there, but we've got to keep it civilised and keep it just for an important media. So hopefully you can get them too at another time.
I'm not back next Monday anyway, I was about to tell you that.
Well, you've already been told you can't get in, so...
You haven't told me that, you're telling me that live now. It's not live.
Have you not been told yet?
So how are you going to stop me from coming in? Right, let's just put it on the table.
You're not around.
No, I am around, I made that up.
I made it up too.
Did ya? God, people say that we don't have banter.
I know. No, listen, it's going to be... I wonder how many views you're going to get on the head-to-head, because it's going to go off, don't you?
Do you think it's really going to go off? Can we talk about what the delivery you got yesterday or not? Or not?
If you want.
What did someone send you?
Someone sent me Alpecin hair shampoo, which Carl Froch told George Groves to get. So the company sent Carl 18 months worth of supply of this thing and said thanks for mentioning us. So I've nicked a little bit for myself.
Is it do anything?
I don't know, I'll let you know. Could do with a few more strands. Might have to have a Rooney soon.
But I was thinking about that. I was thinking, why would they do it? But they must have had so much publicity off that comment.
I don't know. I just think I obviously saw it and then... but all that sort of stuff. Oh, you're going bald. Oh, you're ginger. Oh, you got a big nose. It's all going to come out in the presser because they can't stand each other. So any way they can feel they can get under each other's skin, they're going to do it.
Have you seen a hatred like this? Let's compare it to while you've been promoting.
What? No. Oh, you don't, not talking shit, but you don't really get a lot of hatred amongst fighters because generally they respect each other. And I think
like CROLLA and Murray today.
CROLLA Murray, they said, look, we're enemies, but I like the guy. Do you know what I mean? You haven't always got to get the hate, but when you got the hate, that's when you get a massive fight. Hay against Fury, same sort of thing. Ben against Eubank, Froch against Grove. They can't stand each other. So when they're in a room together, you don't know what's going to happen. One could put the nut on the other one at Wembley, in the centre circle. There is a potential they could have a roll around in the centre circle. That's the intensity. Do
you anticipate some choice words from McCracken and Fitzpatrick?
Rob's not really like that. I don't think Paddy's like that either. It depends what's said. If they're talking about their fighter and talking about, and it gets under their skin, I think you're going to get something in the build-up. You might not get that on Monday from those two, but
the initial press conference on Monday. When are you looking to put a second one on?
We're going to do a stop around the country at a number of key cities over the weeks leading up to the fight.
What cities there will be?
Nottingham, Manchester, maybe Liverpool.
Is that a good idea to get them together for that amount of times leading up to this?
I'll let you know once we've done it. I think so. I want to make it accessible to the fans as well because certain people in certain cities aren't going to get the opportunity to be at the fight. So let's get them down, watch them together, meet the fighters, spread the gospel of boxing, QUIGG and Cassius.
Are they up for doing like a 4-city press tour?
So.
Well, I suppose you can't really say after the first one.
Neither fighter's gone, I ain't doing that, so...
Maybe after the first one we'll see.
Well, you'll see. What do you think's going to happen when they go head-to-head?
Do you know what? I don't know. I think
there's
one
a lot of hate. And there's the build. They haven't seen each other since the fight, and a lot of stuff's been said.
I think one of them's going to have a little trick up his sleeve. I don't know what it is. It might be like a prop or something. Someone's going to have something.
Or give it the old, or what's that behind you here? Whee! What sort of trick?
Who does that? No, not a trick. Like just a gimmick, if you like.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know. But it's exciting anyway, and I will be there, regardless of what you say. I will be there.
Don't dress like that.
What do you want me to wear?
They might not let you in. Well, they might just go, you got a package, sir, for us? You say, no, actually, I'm media.
A package?
Yeah, you look like a courier.
A courier?
Yeah.
You look like a fucking courier. What are you going about?
You look like a delivery man. You got a beanie hat on, a hoodie, and like some rascal shoes.
Eddie Hearn, have you got anything else you want to say? Because Carl spoke yesterday, he spoke today. Liverpool show, 15th. Any news regarding that?
Yep, Stephen Smith has to have an operation this week, unfortunately, on his elbow. So he's off. Trying to make some other fights at the moment. I made Neil Perkins, who's a Scouser, against Eric Ocheng, which is a good fight. And I'm in talks as well for another title fight to go on the show. You got Bellew, obviously, fighting Brudov, and it looks like that's going to be IBF Intercontinental. You got Kell Brook fighting Alvaro Robles, who's a welterweight Mexican champ. Made sure he had a nice box rec ranking for all those internet hardcores out there. He's just an exciting come forward. Loves to have a tear up. Paul Smith will announce his opponent this week. He'll be fighting in a great position now for WBO, number 4. And if you look at the 3 ahead of him for Abraham, I think he's going to get that mandatory spot soon. Rocky Fielding will fight Charles Adamu in defending his Commonwealth title, which is a good tough fight. He's coming off some decent wins. Kevin Mitchell, his opponent, will be announced today, I think. Robbie Davis is fighting Ashley Mail. Eric Ocheng's fighting Neil Perkins, and we'll announce another fight hopefully today or tomorrow.
Alright, no show this week for you.
No, feels a bit weird.
I mean, I'm at your call myself.
Who's fighting? What's that? Goodwin.
Steve Goodwin.
Was that Saturday or Friday?
Saturday. It's a large bill. I think that is actually promoted by Josh Goodwin.
Oh, yeah, he's the youngest. Yeah, good
youngest
luck,
ever
fantastic
promoter.
Brilliant.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think I put a tweet. That's great. Great news. More youngsters in the game, the better.
18.
I mean, I think I'm perceived to be a youngster. I'm 34. With a big derby.
You shouldn't have been running the marathon.
No, it's coming off. It's coming off. www.justgiving.com/Eddie-Hearn. Thank you for all the people that have donated to Havens House Children's Hospice. Since I said this on your video, Cougar, it shows how powerful you are. I've had plenty of donations from iFilm London listeners. So thank you very much, and the hospice are over the moon. I'm supposed to raise £2,000, and I've already raised, I think, about 1,800. I've got 6 weeks to go. So
we'll make a donation. When's the cut-off time?
April 13th is when the race is.
All right. When I pick my jar up next week, you can have half of it.
Cheers, mate.
Cougar Cassius, IFL TV, Eddie Hearn. We're going home now.
Yep.
Right this minute.
Just me, you, and Dow.
This should be fun.
Full Galaxy Roulette. Will it make it home?
I think we mugged him off a little bit with that Instagram video. I might delete it. Cougar Cassius, Eddie Hearn, IFL TV. Thank you.